Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a T49, it's a Tier 9 American light tank. It's located on the north spawn of Prokhorovka and it's under the command of Bert the Derp. And yes, you can see that's a Hungarian flag because, well, Bert the Derp is Hungarian from Budapest. Yeah, the city of two halves. Buda on one side of the river, Pest on the other. Well, the T49 is a development of the M41 Walker Bulldog. Never got put into production. They did trial a version of it. And it's quite interesting because you can actually have two versions. One with a 152mm missile launcher, the dirt one, and the other one with the 90mm gun, which is actually very effective as well. But what Bert's going to try and do is he's going to try and get as much spotting as he possibly can in this battle, and to do that he's actually going to be very, not reckless but very courageous, you might say. He's driving right into enemy territory, selecting a bush, and he's just going to sit here and spot. He's right opposite the bowl, which is in the center of the map. Now normally there's light tanks moving around this area quite a lot, and they use the bowl because it means that you can actually spot a lot of people, but he's actually decided to move even further forward, and he's now spotted some enemy tanks over on the other side of the battlefield. A T10, RU-251, IS-7. Oh, decided he's going to move even further forward, and now this time around he's found a Guerrilla 15. So he's highlighting targets to his teammates behind him, and they couldn't ask for a better spotter because he's way into dangerous territory, and he's already picked up a spotter badge for spotting at least 1,000 hit points of damage already. But he's watching on that RU-251 just in case he gets too close. And if he does, he'll give him 152mm derp. Now with the HE rounds on this one, you can do 910 alpha if you penetrate 76mm of armor. And situated where he is, he's seeing shells whiz past him. In fact, that shell hit him, and that was from the batch at 25 ton on his own team. You can see how dangerous this position is. He is right in the line of fire of his own guys, but he's giving them absolutely perfect shots on the enemy because he's spotting the enemy tanks. There's that RU-251. If only his teammates can get rid of that one, that's the biggest threat. In fact, he's beeping the button saying, hit that one, hit that one. I'd almost be saying, oh my god, please hit that RU-251, take him out of the game, because that's the biggest threat to me. In fact, he's loaded a heat round now. It's 22 seconds, well, 21 and a half to actually load the shell. It's a very long time. More enemy in sight, the Guerrilla 15. Asking for his teammates to hit that guy. If he moves any further south, he will be spotted, I would think, at the very least. And here comes that RU-251 again, and he's beeping the button like mad, saying, please hit the RU-251. And they did. He's got two bushes between him and the enemy, but he was spotting them. He's had to move up a bit. So he's nicely put himself inside the bush now, just in case the enemy RU-251 gets too close. I think all his reference points are covered there, so he's not likely to be spotted unless the guy gets so close that he can proximity spot. And there's the Guerrilla 15 again. Oh, it's an easy shot, guys. Come on.
Ready to fire.
He won't shoot because he knows that if he does, he'll be spotted. So he's just watching that Guerrilla 15 disappear. Come on, guys, you can hit that guy. Unless, of course, they're so far away, they just simply can't see it because it's outside their render range. That might be the case. In this case, he's moved so far forward that it's very difficult for them to spot the targets he's lighting up. Of course, you do need to watch your range circles, your aim circles, because if you can actually see a target that somebody is being very kind to light up for you, you should be putting a shell into it as quickly as you can. Because you don't want to move too close, because then the enemy might see you as well when you open fire on the target. But if you've got somebody like this who's really going all out to provide you with the information, you really should avail yourself of that information and do damage to the enemy he's lighting up for you. I know as an Arty player, this sort of information is absolutely fantastic. Having someone spotting for the entire game really does make a difference.
Moving in to support you.
Well, the Conqueror's moving in. In fact, actually, they are getting closer. Very close now. But as I say, if he moves much further south, it's very likely he'll be spotted. And that RU-251 is still there. Yeah, it keeps beeping him.
Support my position.
Yeah, he's going to do it. He's going to go down the bushes again. Knocking the tree down might have given away his position. I tend to fire towards the tree that's fallen, just at the base of the tree. And if you were watching Klaus Kellerman yesterday, you learned a little trick that somebody actually found out, that you can knock trees down outside the map and get them to fall within the map, which will then enable you to have cover. If you haven't seen that video, I'd say check it out, because apparently this map you can do it. And all that RU-251 is really close. Yeah, firing at the base of a tree will knock the tree down, and if you can knock the tree down so he falls within your field, then it will give you extra cover against enemy tanks. That guy is getting so close. How close is he? Too close. But really wants them to shoot that guy. He's up to 6.2k. Oh, there's the kill. Now he's up to 6.5k of spotting assist.
I appreciate it.
And he thanks the guy who did it. It was the strip 1030. So now he ought to start moving south again, because the back chat is directly behind him. Needs to find out where those last remaining enemy are. There's the Tortoise. And a T30. The T30's one shot. He's gone. Now, go to work on the Tortoise. Unfortunately, we just lost our Wizzy 11114. But the Tortoise is taking a real hammering, and these shells are whizzing straight past Bert as he's sitting there in the bush. It's a metal storm outside. Don't get out of the vehicle. Well, there goes the Tortoise. Still some more enemy to discover. We've got two over by the railway line, a leopard out in the field short of the village, two up on the hill, so that's 5. There's still 9 enemies out there, 2 Arty as well. He's getting very close to them. And the enemy, and his enemy, the teammates are just behind him, and well, the T110E3 said, well, I've got lots of armor, so I'm going to just push. And he's pushing ahead. 7k of spotting now for Bert. Not a single shot fired. There goes the Object 261. There's the Gorilla. Can he get a shot on that guy? He's locked on. And he's killed before the shell is fired. Okay, now Bert's being invented, because what he's going to do now is he's going to go out to the field, use the bushes in the centre of Prokhorovka to spot these enemies without being seen. Just keep below the ridge line, then just pop up into the bush, and then you can see the enemy without the enemy seeing you. Now, he wasn't seen. That IS-7 is now lit. Just the other side of the railway line. Okay, he's going to proxy spot the guy now. Get really close. That leopard went all the way up into the north of the map, but he obviously didn't realise that he didn't have any support. And Bert now is being... Well, there's the enemy. Took her around from a 268. But the 268 is now taking fire.
Ready to fire.
Now he's locked onto the 268. Won't get a shot at him though. So came face to face with one of the most deadly tank destroyers in the game. It is a tier 9 Soviet tank destroyer, but it's still a very tough one. And there's the enemy Arty, the last one up on the hill. There's only 3 enemies remaining. One's supposedly the other side of the railway line, the IS-7. The Batchat's gone. There's only 2 left now, Char Future 4 and the IS-7, and somewhere on the other side of that railway line is the IS-7. And we think he's a little way down here. The Char Future is up on the hill, and he's dead. So it's just the IS-7 left to kill. 11,000 spotting, and he finds the IS-7. And before he can shoot, the IS-7 is killed by the M53, M55, who was ready and waiting. And poor old Bert, he doesn't get a single shot on the enemy, but he does fire his round just a split second too late to kill that last remaining enemy. So let's have a look at the end of battle stats for that one. And what a fantastic game that was. He didn't fire a shell. Well, he did fire a shell in anger, but he didn't fire a shell and hit the target. But he did get an ace tanker for doing absolutely no damage to the enemy at all in that game. He got a spotter badge for spotting at least 1,000 hit points of damage, a patrol duty for being the only one spotting at least 6 enemy tanks whilst they were damaged. And he picked up a whopping great amount of spotting damage, but no actual damage with his gun whatsoever. Let's have a look at the team score and see where it was. Well, no damage puts him at the bottom of the table. No kills puts him at the bottom of the table. But when it comes to base XP, he's right at the top of the table with 1,263, and all of that came from spotting in this game. He easily got it. He was the only player to get over 1,000 base in that game. Would you believe it? Just by spotting the enemy. Just goes to show how effective spotting can be in the right hands. The highest scorer in terms of damage was the Strib 1030, got 5,567 hit points. He got the high caliber and a Confederate from that game. But Bert still aced him when it came to the amount of spotting assist that he provided that Strib. We look at the details, we can see he fired just 1 shot. Unfortunately, it was too late to do any damage because the last target was dead. He did receive a hit. It was a penetration. That was from the Object 268. He spotted 7 enemy vehicles, and he did 11,671 hit points of spotting assist during that game. Fantastic total. 47,482 credits on a premium count, got 50,000 from personal mission payout. And after repair and ammunition resupply, took away 113,018 credits. He picked up 1,263 XP times 2 for the first victory, 1,000 from personal missions, and took away 4,790 experience points altogether. This sort of spotting mission or spotting damage is exactly what all teams need. They need somebody who's willing and brave enough to actually go out there ahead, hide in the bush, and provide all the information that your team needs in order to kill the enemy and win the battle. If Bert hadn't done what he did, I think it probably would have been a stalemate for a long time, because I don't think the enemy were willing to come forward, and so it just would have eventually drawn out into a slugfest between those that eventually moved towards each other. But by going out and doing what he did, he allowed his teammates to get damage on the enemy, and that is priceless, because especially as I can tell you as an Arty player, I need to know where the enemy is so I can lay my shells on them, and if somebody's willing to go out there and do that, they can earn the assist, and Bert earned it in spades. So well done, Bert. Great game. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a comment down below because it feeds the YouTube algorithm.
You can do it, feed me, see more.
And thank you for watching.